Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Mundo. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Man, today we're gonna talk about Steph losing to the Grizzlies. Seriously, like, who would have thunk it? Man, I'm not here to clown or troll or anything. I understand that Steph is still great, and I personally think he's a top 10 player of all time. If not that, he's really close to it. I do think the reaction to his losing is very interesting. When people like you, they tend to react differently. They tend to blame others or do other things or say it's because of this or that reason. I think these events really expose people's biases because given another situation, they react totally different. Steph Curry is one of the most liked players in the league, and based off things like his social media, he's also the most popular, one of the most popular, like outside of LeBron, of course. This is because he's the best shooter of all time, and he makes splash plays and exciting plays, and a lot of people like to watch him. They got programs like Undisputed and First Take that talk about Russ in a really critical manner. My summary is I think they both think he's great, but they tend to play down his accomplishments. One of them said that since KD left, Russ has had 3 first-round exits. This is interesting because if you're keeping score, technically Steph Curry is 0-2 in making the playoffs since KD left. Some would say, oh, he was hurt the first year, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, staying healthy is what makes you a great player. Take LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. All of them have one thing in common is that they're able to stay healthy. There's actually some players who decide to play through their injury, end up playing bad, and they get criticized for it. So I don't see why I should give somebody a pass for just not showing up totally for the game. In 2013, Kobe would tear his Achilles, and he would miss the following season and the season after that. His latter career would be affected by the injuries, and people would add those losses to his legacy and talk about how he wasn't able to make the playoffs those years. So I don't think anybody else should be different. Another point I would like to bring up is that people are talking about Steph Curry doesn't have any help. Granted, his team is young, and it's definitely not a super team, but there's some talent there. I mean, they get a first-round draft pick, second pick. Wiggins was a first pick. He was not an all-star, but he's serviceable, and he's been playing well. And a couple other guys in the squad. The Draymond Green factor is very interesting. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Draymond. I mean, he plays great defense. He makes good plays on offense. I think he's the leading rebounder and assist guy on the team. He's also up for Defensive Player of the Year again. Why I think this is interesting is that people got to keep the same energy when it comes time to Hall of Fame. Does Steph have help or no help? Because I think people are going to try to put Draymond Green in the Hall of Fame. So if you're a superstar, you're a top 5, 7-ish player, then you and a future Hall of Famer should be able to make the playoffs, right? People love to elevate people based on their biases. According to everybody's measurement, James Harden would be considered a better player because the only thing Steph really does well is shoot threes. He does space the floor, but James Harden was averaging damn near 40, so Steph's averaging 32, so why is Steph a better player? Steph didn't even make the playoffs. James Harden's made the playoffs every year, put up more points, assists, and rebounds. I mean, I'm a Rockets fan, but even if you put James Harden on any team, including the Rockets, he's taking them to the playoffs. So why should we judge Steph different? Just thinking out loud. I'm out.